Welcome, everybody. My name is Coach Ray Z. This is the Mary Fitness Extravaganza Definition uh, podcast. And what I do is every day I come out with a different outfit. I show you Christmas puns. This one has a little emoji poo right here. And I have the hat with the little lights on. And it's like a half and half suit that kind of looks like, I can't remember which of the characters from Batman, the Two Face. I think you could kind of think of it like that if you're just listening in on the simulcast or uh, in the stream. So thank you everybody for joining. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you some Christmas gift ideas that have to do with fitness for yourself or for people that want to start working out, that are affordable and for me, like, easy to take anywhere, and uh, they're pretty much, like I said, affordable. And even if budget is tight, at the very end I'll give you a tip for yourself that uh, if there's nothing left after Christmas, something you can do for yourself to work out. If you're in the audience, on the fortune cookie, what I have is my website, but besides that, I have a link to one of the workout equipment I'm going to talk about today, and it is Yoga Blocks. So if you click on the fortune cookie, I demonstrate, and I think I spelled challenge wrong, but I don't want to go back and edit it. It's an old video, but yeah, I'm doing push-ups with it. Seven different variations. So you would think like, what, yoga blocks? But yoga blocks, I love them for many different reasons. They're also helpful if you're trying to do an now sit, which I'm trying to be able to get the strength to be able to do a now sit. If you don't know what a now sit is, it's basically when you're holding your whole body weight just with your hands. And you have to have a lot of lower strength to do that. And yoga blocks can definitely help you develop that. There's other ways to train for it, even without any yoga blocks, but I definitely like them. And then I like to use them for stretching as well. And of course, yoga. I've had like just recently Kitty Gonzalez, yoga instructor. So if you listen to the show, you know that I'm into all kinds of different sports and working out and like philosophies of health and fitness. So definitely check out yoga blocks. They're not too expensive. I really couldn't tell you off the top of my head because you could pretty much buy them anywhere, online or at a store, or even like Ross, which are like, depending on where you live, they're like stores where you could buy things discounted. So they're fairly cheap. They don't take a lot of space. You could put them in a suitcase. They're not. They're like really light. They're like a hard styrofoam, so you don't really have to worry about them getting damaged either. So if you're looking for yourself or for anybody else, you could think of yoga blocks as a gift. And as I mentioned, these are like really inexpensive, and that's the best thing. And you can do way, way more than I just mentioned. If you just go to YouTube, you can find plenty of workouts that you can do with yoga blocks. I'm just barely giving you like a little glimpse into the possibilities of it. And the other one, to me, it's I could never do this in the beginning. It's really inexpensive. Depending on, always, whatever I'm recommending, it depends on what your ultimate goal is. You may not be able to do some of these just because of the type of a sport that you're doing. But as far as the yoga blocks, I'm going to say that those really doesn't matter because we all need mobility, and you can do a lot of mobility work with yoga blocks. So it doesn't matter if you're a power lifter, you need mobility. Uh, I definitely highly recommend that. This one, like I said, depending on what you're trying to do, uh, trying to put on a bunch of muscle, you probably don't want to be doing cardio, but this is fairly inexpensive. It's very compact. It's a jump rope, and you can take it anywhere. I wasn't able to jump rope at all. I felt really uncomfortable. Well, when I first started boxing, I think they just had me jump rope forever because I just did not have the coordination. Now I don't skip as often as I did, but I was up to, like, I don't know, I think easily maybe 6 3-minute rounds, and then I could start doing one leg on double skip. So I got pretty good. It's something that I haven't really done because I've been kind of switching up my workout. So I do like to do it, especially like yesterday's show was about getting out of a funk. If you are trying to get out of a funk, try something that you haven't done for a while. Maybe something that you enjoyed it as a child, and that always helps you kind of get out of your funk. And um, I always just put a rubber band on them when I'm done. So that's what I mean by they're compact. Like if you wanted to put this in a suitcase, if you wanted to just, I don't know, like it doesn't take up space, um, and it's a very useful workout tool. Many different things you can do, and it's fun. So inexpensive, great gift idea, maybe a stocking stuffer or the main gift. Uh, to me, it's not really about the money. It's really all about what you're giving. And to me, if you can help give someone uh, the anything that'll help them with health and longevity, that's like the greatest gift of all. And next up, well, I'm gonna mention uh, their vest. And they're just basically weighted vest. And so, depending, I've seen where they really can get customized and really expensive. This one's, I think, like 12 or 15 pounds. But depending on how customized you want it, because they have them like for different sports, so they might make it heavier on like certain parts of the body, depending. Or it could just be a gimmick. I haven't tested all the different vests, to be honest with you. I have two vests, the same ones. Um, I really like it the way it it's cut and the way it feels. This particular brand is not paying me, but this one's like TKO. If anyone's interested, TKO makes a lot of workout equipment. But yes, vests are good because uh, you can just pretty much add resistance to anything you're doing already, or if you're going to go for a hike, or if you're going to go for a run, short, long distance. Of course, if you're doing it for fun, you're a beast. If you're doing it without like a primary goal, then you definitely want to not do it all the time. You want to have a reason to do it. You want to have effective workouts. But if you're just getting started, the main thing is if putting on a vest. I know a lot of people feel like pumped up, like yeah, I did it with weight. Put on a vest. Go buy it. Do what you got to do to get motivated to get out there. Uh, Especially if you can put it on and go for a walk outdoors, get some sun. I don't know how much sun you have right now, depending on where you live. I'm in California, and it rained yesterday, and there's snow in the mountains today. I live close enough where I can see the mountains and still go to the beach in the same day. And you know, I realize that there's not too many places on earth you can do that. So one day I went to Malibu. I went hiking over there, and then after I went to the beach within the same day, it was an awesome day. Just pretty much filled with hiking and then a little bit of relaxing on the beach, which for me, I'm like always go go go. It was good for me to do. And I think it would be a good time for me to maybe just provide you a little Christmas pun here. Do you guys know what Mrs. Claus says to Santa when she sees clouds outside? She says, "It looks like it's going to rain, dear." And yeah, they don't get any better than that, but I've been doing it for 31 days. And also, if you go to my YouTube, which is Coach Ray Z, I did a same typical different series, but they all have Christmas puns, and every day I put it up. Today, I think it was on Bruce Lee, so check that one out. And I think I do cardistry, which no one knows what cardistry is. Cardistry is an art where you get cards and you flip them around and you do tricks with them. Not like a magician. These are more like flourishes. And that's why when people always tell me, oh, you got to niche down, you got to niche down, I'm like, no, you don't. If people are interested, they'll find you. Like just how I found YouTube pages of cardistry and groups. If you're interested, you'll seek it out. So it might take some time because I don't know who shared it, but one of my friends shared some of the numbers on obesity, and wow, uh, it's just that it's causing a lot of health problems, and you know, uh, this show will probably not be popular because I'm telling you to work out, which is what people don't want to hear. They don't want to hear, oh, sweat. I don't know what it is. Since I worked at gyms, uh, I know the percentage of people that work out is small. I'm just trying to do anything to, help you to get a little bit active, even if it's just going for a walk. Just in the long run, not having to pay doctors, think preventative, think longevity, think playing with your grandkids. Uh, that's my message. And let me get back to well, actually, this is the fourth tip, and then I will provide you with the tip once you're out of money because you bought so many fitness gifts for people to get in shape and live healthier lives. So these right here, you could think of them like cones, and they're basically like markers. And with these, you can do many different things. You can set them up for like agility drills, or um, some people, their feet really hurt. You can go to the park. You can place a couple here. And so you can still measure how much you're walking if you're not. And by the way, apps on your phone or on smartwatches are completely free where they track you. I should do a whole show on that. They track you. They tell you your mileage. They even go off and tell you, 1 mile, and they tell you your pace, and they're completely free. But I use these for sprinting, depending on how active you want to do, or uh, if you have a bunch of kids, you're going to need these. You could just make a bunch of drills with cones or just basically just place markers. So I recommend these. I have these, and then I have the other type of cones as well. Um, or if you're playing like soccer or football, they're like 10 yard, the markers basically. So these are good. Nice variety, not expensive. You could pretty much find them everywhere. This is really more about the creativity of the person using it. And if you have any, like, oh, well, I don't know any, go to YouTube. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. So first people are going to Google, looking it up, and then if they can't find the answer, they're YouTubing it. So you can find drills for free on how to use these. All right. And so now my final tip is for everybody that if, money's tight or for yourself, what are you going to do uh, to stay fit during the holidays? Today, my Instagram post, I went and I did 3 miles, and I wrote that if the average American, if people knew that the average American during the whole pandemic put on 29 pounds. And so now I'm asking if you guys have a plan to stay fit during the holidays and not put on an additional unwanted pounds. Unless you want them. If you want them, then uh, more power to you. I say do what you want. But if you don't want them, you need a game plan. You need to be able to think like, well, maybe I shouldn't show up to my relative's house or my friend's house so hungry so that I'll eat maybe things that will make me feel, not good later on. So it's just a little bit of proactive things you can do. But um, my it's become one of my favorite type of workouts is basically body weight. You don't have any money to go spend on anything. Body weight is so effective. I mean, you can literally work out upper, lower, and there. I know probably people are just thinking about push-ups, but there's just so many things you can do. Like I mentioned, the L sit, the variations to get to the L sit. You can do pull-ups, you can do push-ups. I have a whole workout on. You can do, air squats, body squats. I have a whole workout myself. Just after 50 marathons, I realize there's certain things that I need to do. And I play basketball, and I play basketball against my son, and he's taller than me now. And in order for me to be able to just keep moving, I had to strain certain part of my feet that were being neglected. And it's a shoe. It's a show that I'm gonna do, and I think I don't want to go. I think his name's Dean Lister, and just a former like jiu-jitsu champion, like elite. I believe he won the Abu Dhabis, and he has a quote that he said, like, like don't ignore like 50% of the body, because in jiu-jitsu, in the beginning, attacking the legs wasn't like looked on as like something effective or something you would do, or it would be looked on like as a last resort. So people would ignore the whole lower body where it's easy to grab someone's Achilles and make them tap. So the whole jujitsu game has evolved, and uh, I'm I'm kind of saying the same thing he's saying. How you're ignoring the legs, I mean the whole lower body, but in your workouts, because most people are just working on their hamstrings and their quads. But when you hear these athletes in pro sports, they're hurting their Achilles. What are you doing to train your Achilles? What are you doing to stretch out your soleus? What are you doing to work out your uh, tibialis? So that's what I'm like. I don't think most people are talking about it except for my mentors, which is like the ATG and Ben Patrick. And um, besides that, just from doing jujitsu, I've blended many different like arts, and I'm kettlebell certified, so I love mixing that up as well. It's just like a good variety. I take my influence from Bruce Lee, and he says take what is useful and disregard what isn't, and that's pretty much how I do it. And then uh, I'm always willing to make changes because you have to. You're always constantly evaluating what worked, what didn't work, what's going on in personal life, diet, what happened. So it's always constantly changing it and evaluating it to reach the goal. So thank you everybody for joining. I hope you enjoyed the Christmas puns. I will be back later today with. I'm all caught up now with my show, so I will be back with Merry Fitness Day 15 out of 31. I'm not sure. I usually have guests this year, now being on Fireside. Uh, so sometimes I have guests, and when I don't have guests, I come out and I demonstrate either a workout you can do or some fitness ideas. The puns are always here. And so thank you everybody for joining. Santa, for me, it's been pretty rough the last, I don't know how many years. You just won't give me a gift, and I've done everything fit in my power to change my ways and giving people fitness tips. So please, can I have a gift this year? Thank you, Santa. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for listening in. My name is Coach Ray Z. I will be back later, and I appreciate you all. Thank you very much.